of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, welcome back to Creative Play and Podcast 30 Days of Dungeons & Dragons Challenge. Jim here.
Kelly!
And today is the weird day of the list. Today is like the one weird question.
It is weird.
So this is mostly like an old school D&D type of question, but your favorite energy type. Now, mind you, back in the olden times when the D&D had the energy, that broke down to acid, cold, electricity, fire, sonic. You know, what kind of...
They call it lightning, not electricity.
Well, it was electricity in the old days.
In the old, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the kind of thing we're talking about here, is the 4 or more spheres of energy.
Well, and which would be my favorite would depend on what class I'm playing as well. I mean, overall though, lightning is pretty, nice there. But for my bards, I love it. They do psychic damage. Doing psychic damage is cool because it's like not as many people have like charisma and stuff to defend against it, you know, depending on the, you know, what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of fun, you know, I mean, and then there's other, like, come on, radiant damage is like a cleric's bread and butter, especially if they're going up against, you know, undead. So I think it depends, but I think for an overall, I mean, lightning's pretty potent.
Mm-hmm. It's a good multi-tool. I mean,
although I hate necrotic. I'm sorry, that's just ooky.
How do you really feel about the festering sores?
Ew. That's how I feel.
So for me, as a GM, I like to go with what used to be Sonic is now called Thunder, because, you know, thunder damage attacks. Because A, it's a great attack against your enemies, because. And B, anytime, even when players use it, it totally gives their position away for anyone in a very large distance. Think of all of a sudden you hear a crack of thunder and then swarms of birds everywhere flying away from that area.
True. Good point.
And of course, you know, your GM can totally be a jerk. And if you're underground popping thunder waves, cave-ins could really happen with that concussive
force
damage. Just to remind players about that.
And it will knock you on your ass, literally.
Mm-hmm. So, thunder damage or sonic, depending on the case may be, is my preferred favorite. Of course, as a player, you can never beat a good acid spell, just saying.
Yeah, but see, that's again another one that I'm like not as keen on.
You don't like dropping an acid splash?
Yeah, no. I mean, poison I think would be, you know, for like a damage over time kind of thing, would be better than, you know, because acid, I wouldn't want acid, you know, fucking with my shit.
Melf's acid arrow, shoots at a distance, explodes on everybody.
Yeah, and damages the loot.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have done that 1 or 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
If you melt the bad guy into a puddle, I totally am a jerk and say, oh, you destroyed all the loot.
Yeah, see, not a fan of that.
Especially if the group's trying to harvest something. That's a great way of, taking that thing out. Oh, I'm sorry, you were supposed to be harvesting the hides? Your acid
Just destroyed that
spray just
hide.
destroyed it completely.
Sorry. Sucks to be you.
Yup. That's why you want to make sure you're using just a cleric with his hammer to keep the hide intact. Yes, it's all about flavor text. Use the flavor text for your group and against the group, as the group may be. So that's going to be a really quick one for Monday, which is your favorite type of energy, which is a really rude spell. I think next year we need to update this list for 5th edition, I'm just saying. Bootleg our own list and start sending it around to everybody.
Yeah, but then when there's more lists going around.
Lists upon lists. We'll need a list of all the lists so we have to keep track of.
Yeah, and I'm a list gal. I I keep checklists for work and, I like lists, but it gets a bit much.
And remember, never get yourself on a list if you can help it.
Oh, I'm sure I'm on one.
With my Google history, I'm sure I am too.
I know you even you're looking at different types of monsters or something, and they're like, "What?" Hopefully, then the person's going, "Oh, gamer."
You just type in your Google search history. Sorry, I'm a writer for RPGs, and you search that so they can see. Oh, that explains so much.
Why are they researching assassinations? Oh.
It's really just I'm a fan of Assassination Classroom.
I like that show.
Alrighty, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.